Hey Steph, it's Thursday again. This week I wanted to talk about a couple different things. First of all, I wanted to give you a little update on my life in Ottawa. So just to let you know, I don't know if you're aware, but I've been playing dodgeball intramurals for a few years now on a team with some friends that I met in university. And so I thought I took some footage of our games, which unfortunately don't include me. And I thought I'd show you some of the highlights of our games just so you can see what I've got going on over here. We have a lot of fun with it, and actually the footage you'll see is from our semi-finals, and so we're in the finals. We ended up winning. We're actually pretty good this season. We kind of flip-flop between good and bad, but this season we've been pretty good. So the footage you'll see is from the semi-finals. I'll definitely let you know how we do next week. Next Monday is our finals.
As hard as you can.
I actually wanted to talk about something completely different this week, but then something occurred to me today as I was doing some reading. There's a publication I really like called Slate, which publishes a ton of different stuff. They talk about sports, they talk about music, they talk about culture, they talk about TV, they run the gamut. I read a story which I shared on Facebook today about a college basketball player who came out of the closet, announced that he was gay this week. And basically, even just skimming the article for the first time, it really just occurred to me how awesome it is to be living in the age that we're living in right now. Not necessarily this year or this decade, but the last 100 years or so have seen so many meteoric changes in the way our culture exists. The world obviously isn't a perfect place, but basically what the article was talking about is how this young man had the courage to come out because an NBA player had come out, Jason Collins, and it talked about how this NCAA college basketball player actually spoke to Jason Collins before coming out, after Jason had already come out. And they talked it out, and Jason was eager to offer any help or advice that he could, give him basically any support that he needed throughout the entire process, which I think is just so awesome. It's really too bad that in our history as humans, that we've found ourselves subjugating and profiling these kinds of people that aren't exactly like us being straight white males. If you think about all the changes that have happened in the last couple of centuries, democracy becoming actual representative democracy where every single person gets a vote, going from really only white males who own property to literally everybody above 18 or 19 or 21 in some places having the ability to vote is a really, really new thing. And what we're seeing now is the first generation or the first couple of generations who are growing up where this is completely normal. A lot of the old ways, racism, sexism, religious discrimination, any kind of sexuality discrimination, these kinds of things are becoming more accepted. We're all just humans. We're all people. We all have our own individual thoughts. We all have our own individual morals. Really, when it comes down to it, putting any single person or any single type of people into a box is marginalizing them, and it's making them less human. It's actually really unfortunate that these kinds of things do happen, because they definitely do. It's very refreshing to see that our generation coming up around now is the generation that is finally putting a stop to this. I think as we're becoming more of a globalized society, a globalized world, people are starting to see that. It's a really exciting time. It's a really exciting generation to live in, and I really just can't wait to see where we go with this. So thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy this. I certainly didn't mean to imply, if you felt that you think this way. I just thought it was a really interesting topic to discuss, and I hope you do too. And I look forward to hearing from you next week. Love you. Bye. I'm really looking forward to summer here. It's between 5 and 10 degrees today, and I'm really looking forward to a day when it's warmer than that. This kind of sucks.